biggest sleepers in 2024. I don't know how you want to go about doing this. I got a variety of ones, and I'll give you an example to set the precedence for this segment. Ready? So biggest sleeper in 2024 for me, I think Vegas and all of their gambling odds, including BetUS and Better, our partners, they are absolutely sleeping on the dynamic intel that I gave you on Caleb Downs back in February. The dude's going to win a Heisman at some point at his time during Ohio State. I think he's one of the best defensive players in the country. He's also one of the best all-around football players in college football, and he's going to get offensive snaps on top of adding into the special teams roles via punt returner and kick returner. I think whatever odds, the moment they pop up, get it right now. Get it right now. I think Vegas is sleeping on my intel.
I like that one. That's a good one.
I think Malik Murphy is being slept on. Almost has been forgotten about almost now that he's at Duke. Like, this was a guy that backed up Quinn Ewers at Texas, got playing time when he was injured, and now he's at Duke and he's going to be the starter. And ever since he announced his transfer to Duke, the discussions about him have kind of dispersed, but he's uber talented. He has all the tools in the world to be successful, and now he is entering his first legitimate year as a full-time starter. So there might be some bumps in the road, but Duke returns 2 of their top 3 wide receivers from last year, and they have a graduate who is still on the roster who didn't play last year because of a knee injury. So they got tons of experience in that wide receiver. I know the face you're making. I know
Bro's doubling down on Dookies.
I'm not
2 years
doubling
in a row.
down
That's
on
crazy.
Dookie. Just Malik Murphy. I feel like that.
Bro's dropping a double Dookie on the show. Can you believe that?
Sir.
Nothing wrong with double Dookie.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
But I just feel like nobody is mentioning Malik Murphy at all this offseason.
I want to see it.
I mean, yeah.
Lord knows he's talented. Like, in terms of, like, he might be Anthony Richardson talented. Dead ass. Like, that guy is that physically touched by the good Lord above. But gonna have to put it together. I would assume there's a reason why he didn't win that job out in Texas.
Sure.
Or at least I would assume there was a reason they sought after Quinn Ewers as heavily as they did in the transfer portal, despite the fact that Malik Murphy was in the same signing class coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
So just something to pay attention to there.
Absolutely.
I have Haynes King on my list. I think that he's not going to be...
Damn it!
Did I take yours?
Just like the whole roster as a whole, the whole team as a whole.
I originally was going to put Georgia Tech, but then it would be all teams for me, so I just went with Haynes King. So I'll just hammer on Haynes King. How about that?
Well, go ahead.
I think that with all the quarterback hype that's given to teams, he's kind of gone under the radar. He's going to be a problem for a lot of defenses he faces this year. He's not going to be a Heisman caliber, I don't think. I don't think he's going to be a first-round pick when he's all said and done, but he is going to be a very, very good quarterback, and he's going to cause a lot of problems for defenses, and it's not getting talked about enough right now.
I don't think he started until like game 3 last year, game 4, and managed to throw for like 2,800 yards, rush for almost 700. Like, he was a really dynamic football player. The problem last year for him was the turnover issues. If he can do anything to remove those, he's going to be a tremendous football player this year. I think people are sleeping on Tech in general because the ACC is kind of dookie this year, on top of the fact that Buster Faulkner might be, if I said Buster Faulkner was a top 7 offensive coordinator in the sport right now that you could name.
Well, that I could name. I mean,
yeah, I would say.
Then, buddy, he by proxy, he has to be then, because we only know the good ones. We only know the great ones, I should say. We only know and talk about the great ones, and the fact that his first year as a real play caller is since 2019, I think, was Southern Miss. His first year doing it at a Power 5 level. Oh, I don't know. He finished runner-up for the Broyles Award, which is awarded to the best assistant coach in football. So he's pretty damn good, and he was there for 1 year. He's basically there for 10 months and turned that offense around into what it was. I think, given some time and given some maturation processes with Haynes King, because I think people forget Haynes King is an older guy, right? He's been around college football for some time now, but there ain't a lot of playing experience for Haynes King. He was a really highly touted high school recruit, goes to Texas A&M. I'm pretty sure he redshirts for a year and then looks promising in his first start. Then his second start, I think it was against Colorado State, has his damn knee blown out like nobody's business. So, it ain't been a lot of playing time for him. Last year was the first time he's really had an opportunity to, make some improvements.
I have Zachariah Branch as a sleeper for the Biletnikoff Award this year. Everybody wants to look at Luther Burden. Everybody wants to look at maybe what Ohio State has. And I think that Zachariah Branch is a sleeper because people want to go ahead and write off USC, again, because of what is happening at that program. Caleb Williams is not there. People are a little unsure if Miller Moss is actually going to ball out like he did in the bowl game, like he did this past year. But I think Zachariah Branch, again, is going to be the guy that gets all the touches out there. He's going to put up all the numbers. And I think it's absolutely plausible for him to win the Biletnikoff this year.
Are people sleeping on Miller Moss? Or is Miller Moss properly rated? What is the expectation?
I don't know what he's rated
this year?
I don't know what he's rated yet.
I don't know.
Because I did the thing. I remember sitting down in Miami and being like, bro, Miller Moss. I remember watching Miller Moss at Elite 11. Miller Moss ain't about to come out here and do no fancy shit. 450. Bowl game record. Tuds left and right. Head tops all over the place. Miller Moss was him in that bowl game. Maybe Lincoln Riley's quarterbacks are just going to be them. And it's your job to figure out whether or not they're actually NFL talented.
I mean, I will say this has been the least hyped Lincoln Riley quarterback we've had in 8 years. So since he's been a head coach, so I guess
if he can turn this dude into a guy, is what I'm saying. If he goes, if Miller Moss goes 4,200 yards, like that dude can do it with anybody.
That's a good hype. I don't want to drag. We're already behind, so I don't want to drag a show. But that would be a good hypothetical question at one time. I've been beating this drum for a while now, so I'm going to continue to beat it some more. In a league where everyone's talking about Utah and Kansas State, the Kansas Jayhawks are being criminally slept on. And
I think we made people wake up about it.
Hell yeah!
I think me and you have done our jobs,
bro.
I think
did the books notice? That's what I want to know. I want to know if BetUS figured it out.
I saw the betting books doing the thing where they think Colorado has a better shot to make playoffs than Kansas. So I'm about to find out if they've woken up yet.
Miller Moss, top 5 quarterback name? I'm going to say no.
Miller Time, top 5 quarterback catchphrase, though.
The Gunner Stockton.
Miller Time goes right with
Jackson Dart.
Whatever the hell our chat.
Jackson Dart's probably the best quarterback.
Books are sleeping, dude.
Books are sleeping.
The books are sleeping. They got Utah as the favorite, Kansas State second, UCF third, Oklahoma State fourth, Iowa State fifth, and then Kansas.
So using our link, go hammer that on BetUS right now.
Yeah, go make some money.
Yeah, for real. I got one more sleeper. The world is sleeping on my boy Tim Lester. Absolute snooze button. Y'all out here CPAP machine sleeping on my boy Tim. Who is Tim Lester? I had to Google him myself. He is Iowa's new offensive coordinator, and that boy finna revolutionize football in the Big Ten. Psych, I don't even believe that shit. Top 10 football teams in America. What are their biggest concerns?